This man's death was no accident, nor was it linked to any predator attack. It was caused by a violent strike to the back of the skull with a mace, and it didn't take place here. The marks surrounding the body show that it was moved, most likely to make it seem like he fell to his death. This man's skull is sunken, but he doesn't look like he was in a fight. Could he have fallen?
If that were the case, there would be other marks of impact on his body. No. He was struck with an object to the back of the head. Given the shape of the wound, it was inflicted with a metal mace.
To my house! And death to the others!
Watch out! Grenade!
To my help! And death to the others!
Watch out! Grenade!
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
This poor soul was almost entirely devoured. He must have been killed by swamp animals.
Indeed, he was devoured. But he was already dead. There is a mark here, on the bones, that could only have resulted from the strike of a cutting weapon.
The body of this man was devoured by beasts, but it happened after he died. One of the wounds is clearly a knife wound. But alas, it is impossible to know who was wielding it.
To my help! And death to the others!
Watch out! Grenade!
These fang marks were impressive. The poor man didn't have a chance. He must have been attacked by a large reptile. Most likely a Llewellyn.
Hold on. Do you see these iridescent marks on his skin? They look like the marks that the priest's spells leave on their victims. I've seen them many times before.
But what was he doing alone, so far from the camp? It seems obvious now that these disappearances were orchestrated.
Someone particularly devious has assassinated these people and disguised their death to take advantage of them. Who else could it be than the vehement brother Virgil?
Indeed. I think that we should go find this brother and ask for an explanation. Brother Virgil.
Your Excellency! Weren't you supposed to be looking for our colleagues?
Indeed. I regret to say that they are indeed all dead.
I knew it. What a waste. Eugenia and her recklessness are to blame for this.
I'm afraid someone else is responsible for this. These deaths are not accidental, and yet they were disguised as such.
The savages! Their thirst for blood is unquenchable. I knew we should never have come without an escort.
You know very well that the natives have nothing to do with this. They would have had no reason to disguise their attack.
Who else could it be?
Someone who desperately wanted this expedition to fail. Does that remind you of anyone?
Fine. You unmasked me. But know that my cause is righteous. The Ordo Luminis sent me to keep an eye on this expedition, to ensure that the discoveries we made would not jeopardize our nation or our presence on this island. But the inscriptions on the tablets are a heresy, a dangerous manipulation. Can you imagine what would happen if it was said that our founder listened to the teachings of the natives? But even then, foolish Eugenia accepted these discoveries as truth, without any hesitation, without realizing that our entire nation could suffer because of it. So yes, I wanted to scare her.
I understand that you might want to protect your nation, but to go as far as assassinating several of your colleagues...
Come now. What would you do if someone were threatening the congregation? You cannot make me believe that you would not be willing to kill. You may have already done so. But since you want to avoid using violence, help me convince Eugenia to go back to Eden. My colleagues and I know how to sort through these discoveries. And you will be rewarded, of course.
Your argument has convinced me. I accept your offer.
I knew that someone as pragmatic as yourself would understand me. Here.
I will go talk to Sister Eugenia and make sure that she leaves the expedition.
Your Excellency, you're back. So, what news do you bring?
Alas, I have found the bodies of your colleagues. They're all dead, most likely killed by the natives.
This is awful. How horrible!
The islanders probably only wanted to defend a sacred place. But you could have anticipated their reaction. Brother Virgil was right. This expedition was poorly prepared without a plan or any real precautions.
It is all my fault. I should have hired some guards and gathered more information about the dangers in this area. I suppose I have no choice but to resign. Virgil will take over the research and disregard anything that does not fit his narrative, without regard for the truth.
Perhaps he isn't wrong about these inscriptions.
Maybe. Did you know, at one point he was so vehement that I suspected him of being responsible for it all? Anyway, all that's left for me to do is to leave with those who want to return to Eden. Goodbye, Your Excellency.
Goodbye, Sister Eugenia. Be careful on the way back. I managed to convince Eugenia to return to Eden and leave you in charge of the expedition.
Excellent. Your actions may have saved our beautiful nation. I am most grateful to you.
Well, I'll leave you now.
Wait. If you do not mind, we still need your help. In the logical part of the tablets we deciphered, there is a mention of a journey northward. It would be that way, deeper into the swamp, that Saint Matthias would have ventured next. We must discover where he went. But our group is so small now.
Very well. I will go north and start from the excavation site. But what should I be looking for?
Signs of life. New tablets, perhaps. Thank you, Your Excellency. You are a great help.
fresco. It represents a beast of the marshes. A red serpent. The image is fading. I can't see much of anything. A fresco in various yellow hues. It represents a sort of insect.
These men have been dead for years. They must be the ones the old man was talking about.
Probably. You can still discern the crest of the Alliance on this doublet. Let's search the area. There might still be something interesting.
What do you want, strange stranger?
I found this note. It speaks of a ritual, but it is incomplete. Do you know anything else about it?
A ritual? Yes, there is a ritual for the impatient. For me, it serves no purpose. I am here. I wait.
But for me, it would be useful. Can you help me?
There must have her reasons. The folly of youth. Do you see those drums over there? They awaken the earth, as long as you play them correctly.
Awaken the earth?
Oh, and that's not all. Once the earth is awakened, the stone will appear that must be quenched.
Quench a stone?
But you're still here. What do you want again?
How do you play the drums?
Oh, that's easy. The music is the first language of Tiafrani. It resonates with the earth. You need only respect the natural order for the earth to hear you. A predator, a prey. the cycle.
That's not really all that clear.
Come now, come now. You must first make the snake rattle, unless it is first to be the insect. Alas, time devours all memories. I do remember one thing, though.
I'm listening.
Each drum must only be played one time, and only once. But you're still here. What do you want again?
We found the camp you spoke of. Well, all that remains of it.
I told you. You were not the first Renaigse went by here.
Many died. What happened to them?
I warned them, I remember. They did not listen very well. Too bad. Their weapons were strange and powerful, but not enough so. The marsh is more powerful still.
That doesn't seem to bother you all that much.
Teofradi gives, Teofradi takes back. But you're still here. What do you want again?
Quench a stone? What does that mean?
Water trickles on the stone and returns to us, empowered by its force. But sometimes, water is not enough.
This note I found explains a recipe. A potion thought to contain the essence of this place. Is that what must be poured over the stone?
Oh, yes. No doubt. No doubt. But you're still here. What do you want again?
Nothing. I shall... Something's appeared over there. It seems as if it's some type of altar. It looks like an altar. What is this?
Dog! Killed! You killed her! Monsters! Murderers!
Interesting. He seems attached to this creature, as if they were familiar.
May the earth swallow you whole!
We had no choice. This creature attacked us. Explain yourself rather than insulting us.
Ignorant foreigners! She was a Nadaig, a guardian! A Donaigad returned to nature!
I don't understand. Are you telling me that this creature was once a woman?
It was my woman! You and all those of your cursed island are fools and destroyers. But an Olmilfrictimen will soon send you back over the water. He will destroy you as you destroy us. He has already begun.
Enon meal... What? I have no idea what all this gibberish means, but it sounds to me like he's cursing us.
One mystery after another. What we take for a demon was a woman transformed into a beast. And now we have but a simple name. An Onmil Frictiman. This man, or this thing, seems to be after us. Perhaps it is behind all of this. We need to learn more.
If their so-called saint lived around here, he must have looked for a sheltered area.
Another one of those monstrosities. To my help! And death to the others!
Watch out! Grenades!
Move away! Things are about to get dicey! Move away! Things are about to get dicey! Things are about to get dicey! They broke your armor! Be careful! A cavern! If I were an old hermit, this is probably where I'd have settled. Someone lived here. There's no doubt about it. We'll have to turn the place upside down if you want to make sure that we always have to my help! And death! To my help! And death to the others!
Watch out! Grenades! These murals probably have a religious meaning. If the saint came here, this must have been where he lived.
Let's take a closer look at these paintings. We may learn something from them. This mural is very ancient. It depicts an old man dressed as a priest, getting his face painted by a masked native. This mural depicts an old man praying in front of a face in the mountain. He's holding a rosary. Saint Matthias, praying to Enon Milfrichteman. I do not know these glyphs, but these spirals are native symbols. There are some words in our ancient language next to them. The light and the earth are the two faces of a same power. It's impossible to know if this is a translation or another sentence, but this is a message that would seriously displease the Inquisitors. Engraved tablets. They resemble the ones we recovered in Eden. We should take them with us. The researchers would be delighted to study them. There are some native symbols here and some letters I recognize, as if someone had tried to write in the native language using our alphabet. Men duistad en on mil frichtemen. This is incredible. Saint Matthias would have known about the spirit of the island and would have prayed to him. It looks like a chaplet made of pewter. It's rather basic, but it was made a long time ago. And it undeniably comes from the continent.
I seem to recall that their saint is often described as using a similar object. Incredible. That should make the entire University of Al-Saad howl with laughter. The saint founder of Thélème worshipped the natives' gods.
I would appreciate it if what we just discovered stayed a secret for the time being.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but I find this so amusing.
I wonder what I should do with these relics. Eugenia probably didn't imagine that Saint Matthias lived his life in a way that's so different from what they advocate. As for Virgil, he wasn't wrong. Such a revelation will certainly cause a schism in Thélème.
To think these old things could cause a civil war. Or long-lasting peace with the natives. It is a serious responsibility to decide what to do with them. But it isn't ours. Their saint, their decision.
I already took sides in their quarrel. If I change my mind, I'm afraid that it might be seen as treason. I'll think about it on the way there. Let's go back to the researchers' camp.
Anything new, Your Excellency?
We have discovered a cave that was clearly inhabited by many people a long time ago. Mostly natives. It's a sacred place, guarded by one of their creatures.
Did you find traces of our founder there?
Yes, there was a lot of evidence of his being there. But I doubt it'll please you. There were frescoes in this cave. One represented Saint Matthias having his face painted by a native. The other represented him praying towards the mountains.
Impossible! They must have been fake. Painted by the natives to mislead us.
I doubt it. These frescoes were old, and other objects found at the site point in the same direction. All the relics that I found clearly indicate that Saint Matthias had converted to the cult of the natives.
I cannot believe it. This is a disaster. Do you realize what this means? This threatens our entire dogma, our civilization. Imagine Saint Matthias praying to the spirits of nature. We cannot let such a thing happen.
That's why I brought you these relics.
Incredible. This is his pewter chaplet. But these tablets, I can't believe it. Eugenio was right. We will have to destroy all this. Return the wanderings of an old man into oblivion. The cave must disappear too. No one else can go there and see these frescoes.
Do you want me to take care of it?
Please. No one can enter. I also hope to be able to count on your presence in San Mateus. I will need your help to convince the Mother Cardinal that the research must be interrupted.
Very good. I'll meet you there.
Stop right there, Desade.
Sister Eugenia, what are you doing here? How did you...
When I arrived in Eden, I had my doubts. If Virgil continued the research, it would not be to reveal the truth. I had to protect his discoveries. So I watched you. I was sure you would help him. And when I realized that you'd unearthed the place where Saint Matthias had been, I followed you.
Listen. What's hidden in this cave will certainly cause a schism, perhaps even a civil war. If we want to prevent more people from dying, we must destroy this cave.
You talk like Virgil. But what is the value of dogma if built on lies? These discoveries may be difficult to admit in Thélème, but here, on this island, they will bring peace.
Sorry, sister, but I've already made my decision. I gave the relics to Virgil to destroy them.
That's monstrous. How could you? I will not let you destroy the cave, too. Saint Matthias, guide my arm.
To my help! And death to the others!
Heretic! You think you know how to fight?
Do you think you can face
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
woman of faith? Do you think you can face a woman of faith?
I need to speak with you, my child.
Yes, Petrus. What is it?
I've come up with a plan to put what we've learned about the Mother Cardinal to use.
Do tell.
You will have to take part in a fight in the arena, and we must make sure that the odds are high. To do this, you'll have to face a champion. This will lure her in.
That would effectively raise the odds. But the risk is they'll bet against me.
That may be the case, but the highest bets are based on the exact time of the defeat.
I see. We are going to make the Mother Cardinal believe that I will lose at a specific time.
And by doing so, you'll win something bigger than a fight.
This'll make her lose a considerable amount.
Exactly. I've even taken measures to make sure her usual moneylender is unavailable. Without knowing it, she will come to me looking for gold in order to place her bet.
And she will be at our mercy. Is this how you settle scores in Thélème?
This is how all scores are settled, my child. Or on the battlefield. But that's much dirtier. So, what do you say?
It is certainly interesting. But I'll come back to you as soon as I...
Of course, my child.
I will see you later, Father.
Take care, my...
We were waiting for you, Your Excellency. Brother Virgil was about to start his report.
First, please allow me, Your Eminence, to explain my presence here. Sadly, I had to replace Sister Eugenia. Our poor sister died during the research.
Her thirst for discovery led her to her death. She insisted on us visiting a cave, which, alas, contained nothing but a nest of aggressive creatures. She died in combat.
May the Enlightened keep her in his divine blessing. She was an outstanding theologian. Please, continue.
Her death, as well as the difficulties we encountered on the field, forced us to discontinue the expedition. In any case, we'd stopped finding anything. Time must have destroyed all traces of our founder.
That is regrettable. In that case, we have no choice but to discontinue the research, which, despite everything, gave some legitimacy to our village of Eden. Thank you, Brother Virgil, for this report. And, naturally, thank you, Your Excellency. You were a great help.
Glad to hear it, Your Eminence.
Closer. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to have a run. Goodbye. May the enlightened always... Come closer. Don't hesitate. All of our products are a blessing.
Ready to excite the crowd? Perfect. You've grown to love their faces. You know their tactics. To get dicey. motion! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Be careful! You're growing tired! Did you drink the potion?
Excellent. And the public really appreciate it.
I need to get going.
Huh.
Are you ready to put our plan?
It's a complicated plan.
Let's go back to the St. Matthias bookmaker. Your skills seem to interest him.